Well, good morning, friends.
Hello.
I have obviously a very special, wonderful person in my life, Miss Janey here. And I've come to California for an amazing event. We had so much freaking fun.
Mm-hmm.
It was so awesome. And what's hilarious is afterwards, we were all back in your garden and like, Robbie's adjusting and pruning your willow, like straight up busts out a pair of shears from his pocket.
Kate and I are weeding.
We're like weeding and we're like, what are we actually doing right now?
We are solid plant nerds.
Solid
and
nerds.
I love it.
Solid nerds. So today I take off this afternoon, but I thought like, let's do some containers at Janey's garden. Yay. Show me your favorite garden center.
Yeah.
And we're actually talking on the way here. And a lot of times when I talk about plant shopping, it's like, you need to find your Goldilocks Garden Center. Mm-hmm. And this is Janey's Goldilocks Garden Center, the one that's just right for you, right? We don't even need to put our finger on what exactly it is. You just walk in, you feel like, this is my place.
Yes.
Where I get to go nuts. I get to be inspired.
Yes.
I get to get excited.
Yes.
And you're like, blood gets pumping in the parking lot.
And you get super excited as you're driving up.
Yes.
So this is called Green Acres. We're in Sacramento, California. Well, we're actually in Elk Grove, right? Which is a suburb of Sacramento. But Green Acres has about 7 locations. And this is not the biggest one. And it's not the closest one to me. It's my Goldilocks.
This is
I love that you said that because this is my Goldilocks Garden Center. Yeah. And I can't wait to show you.
Okay, because she came to Seattle and we saw my Goldilocks Garden Center.
Yes.
Swanson's.
Yes.
Love Swanson's. Okay, let's go.
Okay, so they have the cutest gift shop. And I have to admit, I spend quite a lot of money here.
Okay.
You know,
classic move.
I used to go clothes shopping. I used to go to the mall, and now I just go to the gift shops here. So one thing I do want to grab for the patio, the front porch area, is I do want to grab a new mat. So
perfect.
Can you help me pick one?
Yes. These are gorgeous.
No.
What are you kind of thinking? Are you thinking something more subtle?
I don't want words.
No words.
Yeah. A little bit classier than that. Like, this is pretty.
That is really, really classic and chic.
Right?
Yeah, I like that a lot. Oh my God. They're all on display over here.
We're like ripping them all out.
This is really like super fun and graphic. Also, with a front doormat, I like a good thick one.
These are nice,
really cute. This is like more my style.
Yeah.
I actually really like that one for your front porch.
Don't you think it goes with the pots?
It does.
I think it's really pretty. All right.
Okay. Check.
We're good. So, can I show you the indoor houseplant section?
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah. Okay, is this the one that you were talking about?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is called We the Wild.
Yeah.
First of all,
are they Australian? Is that what I'm remembering? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the owner is just like the cutest Australian man, and he's so passionate about what he does, and they have the best products. And so I went to Target, right?
Yeah.
Because they're in Target now, which is amazing. They're in my Goldilocks Garden Center. Like, I'm just so proud of them. So it's We the Wild, and they have plant care. It's mostly house plant care. So I just shout out for We the Wild.
I love it. Oh my God, this is incredible.
I know. I love it. So in the winter.
Do you know who did this?
No.
That is with like the little glass pieces. That is beautiful. That is so cool.
So like in the winter when I'm sad and I want some sun, and I come here and I literally it's all warm and I just walk around.
Oh my God, look at the staghorns.
Isn't that beautiful?
You know what? That would be so pretty mounted on our wall near an entry, like even like by your back door or like your off your back deck where you have your dining, have some mounted staghorns there to draw the eye up and to like, I love it. I'm the worst enabler of all time. But wouldn't that be so stunning above your dining room?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And you know what I love about that? It's like, you know how some people like will post a deer head?
Yes.
I will post a staghorn fern.
Yes. I think it's like art in the garden. It dresses up that wall. It's like the beautiful thing. It's at the same eye level kind of as their other Agaves. So it like has that, it has that effect of creating a sense of place, and they all speak to each other.
When are you coming back to do my back patio?
like next month.
Okay.
And it has the same silver tones as the dichondra. So it like completes the color story.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Oh my God, you could do a trio of them, like a gallery wall.
Oh my God.
Like a gallery wall of staghorns. That is
like
so
literally
beautiful.
love that idea. I love that idea, and it's done. See? More We the Wild. Proud of you, Josh. I'm proud of you.
Their packaging is fantastic.
It really is. They really.
That is gorgeous.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh man, do you feel like you could dress up your patio space with brugmansia and like?
So funny you say that because I was thinking about doing the back patio with houseplants.
Yeah, that's exactly what you should be doing. You could do them with like giant asparagus ferns. Yeah. I mean, can you imagine some of the Spanish moss just like dripping down? Oh my God. This is so beautiful. So you have this like floating out to give it more depth and dimension. You've got the staghorn gallery wall. I mean, this is like, you know what you could even do? You could even do a plant stand in the corner with like a beautiful dish on top and like have a whole arrangement of houseplants there. Or even like a stone column. Do you know what I mean? Like a stone column with like a dish on top. Yeah. And then we do like a beautiful collection and it's all vibrant green tones, layering things together.
Oh my God, I love
like this. Like look how beautiful this is where it's just brought, whoa, a pink one? I've never seen the pink.
Really? I haven't either.
Okay, so this is an ear plant and I am very good at killing them.
Are you? I've never actually bought one because I'm scared of killing it.
Yeah, I tend to love them to death.
Look at the curly one.
That's really cool.
That's really cute.
So cool. I've never seen this color though.
Funny. You should
get
it.
So
you
interesting.
Put that in your
carry on moment. Actually, I should. I'm afraid I'll kill it though.
I know.
You know what? I mean, it's like I can grow anything outside, but this.
Yeah. It's tough.
Getting it.
It's a hard one.
It's my souvenir. I'm so excited about that staghorn fern wall.
I am so excited about it. Okay. I am so like it's done. Like it's happening. Done. I think this moment as you come out the doors is what makes this my favorite place.
This is beautiful.
I love it. I want it all.
These are really good. Now, a hippo plant, that might be kind of interesting. It might be a really sweet texture. How does impatiens do for you down here?
Pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. I feel like pretty good. Very good.
Very good. Yeah. I feel like adding some like classic white. So I don't know if this is like Beacon or Amara. That would be really classic. We already have a beautiful like pink begonia color story. Okay. So a white impatient for me is like a classic.
Great.
I think we should start looking at building some textures and seeing kind of what our eyes are drawn to.
Look at this. I'm sorry, distraction. But look at
distraction.
This.
It has such a strong
Isn't
center.
That beautiful?
I think this one is like candy cane or something like that.
It's beautiful.
It is really beautiful.
Iconic strawberry.
Iconic strawberry.
I really like that.
Can you imagine this with that with the sweet potato vine that we used at the show? Where we're like, one of my favorite container design tricks is to pull out the center of a flower just to kind of help like, because it's a subtle thing, yet it has a large amount of impact.
Yeah.
We could blow this out.
Okay.
What kind of, let's see here, what are we, oh, it doesn't say what variety it is. Oh, impatiens. Now, did you, extreme white?
Do you know that one?
I don't know this one.
I don't either.
You know, it's probably grown more for your climate. This one looks lovely. I almost wonder if we should just grab a couple to play with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it adds such depth to anything.
Can we just point out, she did not choose the one with all the beautiful blooms.
Never.
She chose the one with the buds.
I choose the one with the buds. I also look at my leaf color as well. Your leaf color, specifically the color of your new growth, is going to give you the best indication of health when you're choosing a plant.
You're amazing.
Thank you.
Can you move down to California, please?
Yes. Summer home. Check. But I think it's really important to say those things. Like, this definitely gets your eye in, but this...
But look at these leaves.
I know the leaves are yellowed. I know. It's because they've been in there too long. Yeah. So I would bet you that this was the first batch that came in, and this was the next batch that came in. Yeah. So usually growers will succession plant, so not everything is out at once. They want kind of that slow roll, so it keeps product fresh and cruising around.
That's so
let's bring a couple of those just so we have to play with.
Enough?
I do, because we're doing a lot of texture. We're doing purples, a shot of pink, so very like yummy and soft. Okay. By the way, this one, this like violet impatiens is one of my favorites that I use every single year because it glows in a deep shade.
Really?
Glows.
Okay, good
and
to
it looks
know.
really, really good with like 8,000 different coleus.
Good to know.
We're doing a collection of planters by the front door. And whenever I do a collection of planters, I want to make sure like a couple things. I want a cohesive color story for you.
Mm-hmm.
But I also want some quiet moments because it's those quiet moments that allow everything else to be loud and boisterous and lovely. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like not everyone can be singing at the same time. It's like a symphony, right?
Yeah.
So like sometimes the strings pick up and then they quiet down and then we've got the horns come into play.
Yeah.
So it's like when you're looking at that, not everyone needs to sing at the same time.
Right.
We want it to look like the same thing, but not everything needs to be loud.
Yes. So I would have never thought about putting moss in my containers.
This is one of my favorite tricks. I do this with black mondo grass.
It's amazing.
It's like having a little highlighter.
Like who thinks of that?
Like
Like
that.
I
Like
literally have never, I'm like, oh, I got to put mulch in to cover the soil. And it's
No.
like, why not put moss in to cover the soil?
And I really want to make sure that we're establishing some texture pots so that it feels like grounded. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And like this with black mondo grass is one of my favorites.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because otherwise it just disappears in a pot.
I just love it. I love how you're going with this. I love how you're going
It's
with
like this is good stuff. This is good. This is good.
Okay. Do you guys have Japanese forest grass with Konakloa?
Do I use it all the time and do I love it to bits and pieces? Yes, I do.
It is one of my favorite grasses. I
Okay.
love it so much. And if it were up to me, it would be all over my garden. Like
Now, this is so interesting because I think of this as like a very like Seattle Northwest.
really
Jam.
Oh, funny. So it's pretty much full shade for us. Basically.
Oh, yeah.
Like it definitely needs shade. So
So we can actually tease this into a little bit of morning sun and it does really well for us. But I can see here, like it definitely needs way more protection.
have you heard the silvery one? Fujika.
No.
So there's all gold.
Yep.
There's Areola, the very good
Yep.
one. And there's a third one that's like this white silvery color. And
Really?
I've never seen it. And it's one of my life goals to see.
Who is it like a grower? Is it like just a straight species?
Just the straight species of it. And I think
Okay.
I saw some cuttings on eBay that I'm thinking about getting.
And you're like, why not?
Why can I not get them?
I love this idea because also like this would it offers such gorgeous movement. What I do with forest grass is I will actually let this grow on in a container for several years and it will fill the entire thing.
Mhm.
And it's just, this is another quiet moment. So I think probably we would just do one.
Okay.
If I tried to cram, actually let's get one that's really full. Like see how this one, the crown on it is more full.
Yeah.
Like this one, you get more height and more drama. But when you look at it from this perspective,
Yeah.
this crown is more mature.
Which is where we're going to be looking at these pots, because as you go up the steps, we're going to be looking down at it.
And it'll really fill that space.
I love that. I
It's
didn't
so
realize that was a
pretty.
Pacific Northwest staple. No wonder I love it, because I love the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, it is like such a staple. I'm kind of a little obsessive and I want to get like the very best one.
No, please
I'm liking
do.
these ones that are a little bit more full. And sometimes you want to like cruise back in the row because a lot of your irrigation hides back here.
Mhm.
And so sometimes you get one that's like hit a little bit better
Mhm.
as opposed to one that's like at the corner of somewhere. So
Is that why the good ones are in the back?
sometimes.
See, I always think the good ones are in the back because people grab the front one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, no. You gotta go. You gotta work for it.
I'm a creeper. I search all of them to figure out what the best one is. I like this one.
I like that one.
I like
too.
a decent
That's
one.
a good one.
Okay, that's a good one.
That's a good one. Okay, so one of the things I always like doing at this place is they have their racks out where they're just about to put the stuff out.
Yes.
They don't like it when I do this. They have them over on the other side too. But I always just sneak through and look for the best stuff that they're just about to put out.
This is like such a good thing because these are the things that have just arrived.
Oh, okay. Here's one of the. Is this the no?
Main Street Orchard Road. So this Main Street series is awesome. I use it a lot. What else do we got here? Oh, this mango orange. Janey.
Yeah.
This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted Raphael to use on the pool deck because it matches the interior of his pool deck umbrellas.
Yeah. Does it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Little details, man. Little details.
Raphael. Come on. Oh my gosh, look at those heliotrope.
Your heliotrope looks so good in those containers.
Doesn't it look amazing? Just a mass planting of it.
It's like just like a singular, beautiful moment.
Oh, okay. So I'm sorry. I got to just get 100 of these.
Where are these going?
In my Best for the West garden.
Helen von Stein.
I'm just obsessed.
This is
with
a really good
plant.
one. So the Helen, she has like a much bigger fuzzy leaf. I have the small one because it's next to miniature boxwoods, and so I don't want to overwhelm it.
Yeah.
How many do we want?
Like a lot.
Like a lot.
I'm a sucker when I see this because they're hard to find. They sell
really?
out like that. So when you find them,
you just snatch them up.
They're on the racks.
This Scabola, this is a gorgeous. That's a gorgeous purple. Cerdiva blue violet. This one is really pretty,
Isn't it?
Gosh,
It's amazing.
I wish we had more sun because I think a Scabola in there would be really sweet.
Scabola's incredible.
Yeah, it just is like such a performer.
See, we're such creepers, like sliding through these. Do you guys use euphorbia at all?
I do. You know what? I use euphorbia a ton in my winter containers, like in fall, winter.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why. Oh, that is cute. The other thing that I would love is I would love to see your hardy fuchsias. And if there's one that has a blossom that incorporates the purple and the pink together, that's going to marry our color story.
Yeah.
I like to have a flower in every container arrangement that will marry all of my colors together.
Okay. All right.
So let's target that.
Oh my gosh, look at this.
Yes, this is more of what I'm talking about. See how it has the pink and the purple together? And so it helps tie all of our other flowers together. How many of these are here?
There was one.
This is the only one?
Let's ask.
What?
She's going to look where we just were.
We already looked there.
It wasn't there.
It wasn't there. We could have told her.
Gartenmeister. Oh my God, I'm sorry.
Do you use Gartenmeister a lot?
No, but I did a garden tour and somebody had Gartenmeister and I was like, oh my God, I need it.
Okay, I use this all the time. It was in my shade garden video. You should go watch it.
Okay, I will.
I use a ton of this. There's also one called Firecracker. That's awesome. It has a little bit more of a mottled leaf, but I like the bloom color on this one better.
I love the bloom color on this
The
one.
bloom color is sensational.
Okay, so this is a plant that's kind of a staple. And when I first started gardening, I feel like I had seen it in so many gardens that I was like, poo-poo. This is an artichoke plant, right?
Okay,
Like regular artichokes. And it grows artichokes and they're beautiful. And if you want to eat the artichokes, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
But if you leave the artichokes on there, do you know the color
Yes,
that I'm talking
I do.
about?
It is like a monster, like thistle.
It is the most beautiful purple. It is like, it's like a highlighter purple color. Do you know what I mean? And so when I drive down the street, I will see these really, really big ones, and it will be this incredible neon purple color, and it catches my eye even in the car.
So do you have this in your garden now?
Well, actually, I take this back. Do you know what cardoons are?
Yes, so slightly different. They had tons of cardoons at Park Winters. That's
where I got my seeds. I got all my seeds.
Okay.
I have cardoon
Oh wait,
starts.
yes, no, I watched this video.
Oh, okay.
Did you planted them out where the purple and the orange?
Yes.
Okay. We're gonna do it. I need a tour.
Yes.
I need a proper tour. Proper tour of the garden.
So cardoons are very similar to artichokes. They're a little bit different. They're a little bit smaller, but the same beautiful color. So.
Gorgeous.
California.
Staple.
California.
I mean, very few people. I've got a neighbor at the end of the block that grows artichokes.
Yeah.
But like, that's it. You never see them.
Does it overwinter for him?
They die completely back to the ground.
And then beautiful lavender.
I feel like your lavender game here is very, very solid. The thing that we run into a lot with lavender is if you're in too much clay soil.
Oh yeah.
The root system rots out.
Yeah. Totally.
You know,
so this is Spanish lavender that we have a lot of here. We do a ton of Spanish lavender. And
do you find that one does better than the other for you?
Spanish lavender does so good. Have you seen Pugster amethyst?
No.
Is this not? Are you allowed
this
to?
This one is so chunky.
Isn't it? The most beautiful thing.
It reminds me of a lilac.
I know.
Does it remind you of a lilac?
I know. It's like the California version of a lilac.
Now, how do these do? Because they can be like. How do these ones do in your climate? Do you find that they like stay in place? They're well behaved.
So they are nowhere. I hear people talk about how invasive they are.
They're totally fine.
It's like a non-issue for us.
What's your favorite? Like, are you like mid-tone purple, deep, lighter?
I always am drawn, just like the artichoke, saturated colors.
Yeah.
And it took me a really long time because a lot of people are like, oh, I like the cool colors and I like the purples and things. And I find myself, whenever I'm in gardens that have bright saturated colors, I'm happy and I love it. So I do love me an amethyst, but a Miss Molly, a saturated color, it gets me going.
That's your song.
Yeah, that gets me going.
That's so good.
Here's Miss Molly right here, if you want it for the...
Oh.
Here's Miss Molly.
This is beautiful. This is really beautiful. And this is the end of its bloom cycle.
Here's the real...
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, that's really good. That is really, really good.
So just super, super saturated colors are my jam, I think. And it took me a while to learn that.
An elephant ear would also be so sexy by your front door.
Right?
Now, Michael was telling me, like, your Japanese maples don't really do well. Like, you have to baby them here.
Oh my gosh, they're, yeah.
Okay, interesting.
If you have a good Japanese maple here, you're like, you're a good gardener.
You're like, oh.
You are fancy pants gardener.
You have reached the epitome.
Oh, can I take you to a display garden here real quick?
Yeah.
It's this shade garden that, oh my goodness, I get so much inspiration from it.
Oh.
Isn't that crazy?
This is really beautiful.
I just love it.
This is really beautiful.
It's so... Oh, it's just so like relaxing. I wonder if I like this because it's like Pacific Northwest.
This is very Northwesty.
Yeah.
And it feels like, I'm
like, this is so cool.
I was like, yeah, this is kind of our jam. It's kind of our jam. Like strappy, spiky.
I love
Lots of awesome texture.
Yeah.
Just really beautiful.
Do you guys have this?
Yes. In fact,
Patio japonica?
Yes. So Fatsias get massive. Well, as you can see, I actually grew up with a Fatsia outside my bedroom window, and kind of a deep cut. But when I was little, I really wanted a cut flower garden. I was maybe like 12 years old. I was 12, and my dad spent an entire weekend ripping out this giant Fatsia that was in front of my window, my bedroom window off the back of the house, so I could put in a cut flower garden all along that. So like I've been doing this since I was a baby. So when I look at a Fatsia and I think, oh my God, it's such a huge monster, I have such an appreciation for my dad and how much he loved me to
and does
rip
you love
that out.
That I say Fatsia japonica and you say my dad. And like it brings back memories. Do you guys
Agapanthus.
Do you guys do Agapanthus?
I love Agapanthus. In fact, I will do, you know what? Agapanthus would look so beautiful in your zigzag planter.
Oh. What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because it would like the one thing I was noticing about your zigzag is you have such low story. You have beautiful tall grassy story, but it goes up, down, and this you've got the lower story of the leaves. You have the movement of the flowers. It might be pretty. I don't know. Just saying, might be pretty in between the grasses.
You can keep talking all you want.
I know. I'm like, do you
have any other ideas, Kate?
Yeah. Well, actually, I kind of like the white better for you because you have so much purple there already.
Oh,
and the white would help draw your eye into the entry where we're bringing in more white tones because it is that shaded garden area.
So like on either side of the grasses?
Yeah. Yeah. In between.
California.
Oh man, I am so envious of these because we can't grow. Well, actually, there's a woman in Portland who grows agaves. Oh, do you know her? She has the Danger Garden.
No.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Okay.
She's super awesome. She came and talked at the show a couple years ago. The thing that I love the most about agaves is the fact that, you know, they're all this tight coil, but you see the print of it's like brother leaf. You know what I mean? Like that you get to see all of this here. I know it's like such a weird thing, but it isn't the form. It's the fact that it imprints on each other.
So this is a century plant, and this is the only native agave to North America.
Oh, really?
Like Mexico has native agaves,
yeah.
and the Caribbean has native agaves.
Yeah.
But like America, like the United States, this is the only native one.
So
which doesn't mean that you can't plant the other ones. But if you guys are ever wondering why there's so many century plants in California, it's because they're native. They're native to us, right?
And they're so beautiful. Oh, this is pretty.
Yeah. So do you know the concept of parking lot plants?
Yes, we call them ditch plants.
Yes.
Parking lot plants.
So parking lot plant right here. It's beautiful, right?
And just bulletproof.
Egyptian lily, is that what it's called?
Delight.
Fortnite lily.
Deities.
Yeah. So iceberg roses are parking lot plants. Lantana's parking lot plant. Agapanthus is a parking lot plant.
Totally.
Right? And Fortnite lily is a parking lot plant. It doesn't mean it's not incredible and amazing.
Yeah.
But I walk by this and I have to force myself to appreciate why it's such a good plant here for our climate, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, we all have our
things. It's so funny because like lantana, I put them in summer containers and everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, lantana." And then I come here and they're just like wild abandoned.
They're in the parking lot.
They're in the parking lot.
They're in the parking lot. And they're
and I love it.
I love
get blown away by it.
I love a lantana, but they're parking lot plants.
So euonymus for us these are our parking lot plants.
Funny. Just so you know, in my garden, in my front garden, I have a space open, and I'm pretty sure I want to put a lemon in there, a lemon tree, because it's an orchard garden.
Yeah.
And I have 2 oranges, I have a lime, I have a fig, I have a pomegranate, and I don't have a lemon. So lemon, citrus are, you know, classic California piece of cake. And so we often go around and, you know, it's a staple in our garden centers.
And it's such a sweet shape too. And the scent is fantastic when it's blooming. Yes. Oh, it's so great.
So when I moved into my property, it was a lot drier and it was, you know, there's coastal California and then there's country California. And to me, olive trees are country California. And so I have olives all around my property. I have 3 very old olives, which is very exciting.
Oh wait, have you told people about the screens yet?
Yes.
This makes perfect sense. Like it's all like, for some reason, it's now all like cooking together. So Janey is the hot tub that we had at the Flower and Garden show. This girl is getting one. It's actually his perch.
It's in the box. It's ready to come out.
It's ready to go.
But
She's doing a privacy screen.
Yeah, I commissioned a metal privacy screen, and I worked with the artist, and I said, I want olive branches with little olives in the metal. And he's making it right now, and it's going to be this beautiful rusted color. And it's just so California, and I'm so excited about it. And so I'm not putting the hot tub out until I have my privacy screen.
No, you've got to have, you just like that, the hot tub needs to be just like the crowning glory.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
This is so, it like makes so much sense about that privacy screen now, just knowing like driving to your property, seeing the olives, seeing this here. It's like the full picture.
Yep. It's just
full picture. Yeah. It's great.
So one really interesting thing that I learned, which I know you probably already know this container garden, I have some olive topiaries, some olive tree topiaries in some containers. Olives don't like fertilizer and they don't like water. And I put them with annuals who need fertilizer.
And they're hungry.
And so big mistake, I know, but a horticulturist told me, take the olive out, put it in a whole separate pot, set the pot into the bigger pot, plant the annuals around in a ring, and then that olive tree can just be happy with not very much water and not very much fertilizer.
Totally.
So,
you can do the same thing if you want to do like roses, but roses are heavy feeders, but they don't like as much water as a lot of other annuals. I also think that you could do a collection by the hot tub, having like a singular topiary olive moment, and then having like 2 more just to anchor that space, and have it be really like quiet and textural. So you feel that calming energy when you're in the hot tub, but it speaks to the screen and okay.
And I'm grasses. In pots around the hot tub. How nice would it be, the grasses rustling in the wind? Because grasses we can leave up all winter long. Can you guys, do you leave your grasses up?
Depends on the grass. We have some grasses that are evergreen and some that are, you know, perennial, so that we got to cut them back and they'll return the next year.
So we don't cut back our perennial grasses until like February.
You know what? People try to do it earlier, and I'm so happy whenever I hear like, oh yeah, we don't cut our grasses back until February because
leave it.
Leave it.
Leave it. Enjoy the texture all winter long.
I agree.
And there's nothing else to enjoy. You're gonna love that movement.
Yeah.
And so, in my front zigzag planter, when I had the purple fountain grasses, I had them up all winter long. It was very sad to cut them back in February.
Yeah, because like that is the thing. Grass is also covered in like snow and frost.
Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Okay, the last thing I want to show you.
Okay, yes.
One of my favorite types of plants, vining plants. I love me a vining plant.
I feel like you're a vine queen.
I just love it. Everything about vining plants are my absolute favorite, right? And so, like any type of vining plant, the white bower vine, the variegated bower vine, this is a very, very common plant that businesses will plant on their walls and stuff.
Dude, this is hilarious because I'm looking at this going, oh my God, look at the variegation.
I know.
Look at this beautiful little trumpet with the deep throat.
And I'm like, grocery stores grow that.
Grocery stores grow this.
But it is beautiful, right? It is an absolutely beautiful plant.
This is what's so funny about like going to a garden center in a different location because I am gobsmacked at this and you're like, it's outside Ralph's.
Come over here, let me show you. Let me show you what else I can show you.
I'm like choosing the basic stuff and I'm like, oh, it's a thing of beauty.
Yeah. So I used to live on a very small property, and it would bother me a lot that I couldn't fit as many flowers as I wanted in the space that I had. So I started going up.
That's so brilliant.
I went up and up and up, and pretty much every vertical space I had, I covered with vines.
Yeah.
Therefore, I love vines. Honeysuckle, Hall's japonica is my favorite, but it's invasive in some places. Star jasmine. I mean,
I feel like you're known for your star jasmine.
Yeah.
I feel like that is a moment that you really it's a signature move for you.
I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah.
I mean, how could you not be?
Yeah.
Right? And then like you walk by and you just the smell.
I will do this as a beautiful centerpiece by a front door in a container.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. It's really, really lovely.
Yeah.
Because you want that fragrance as you're coming into someone's home. Like it's just like it's like you're being greeted by scent first.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, look, we got an artichoke.
That is like the tiniest plant. And it's so chunky. I love it.
Beautiful artichoke.
That's gorgeous. What's really cool is I love that you can see like the meat of the artichoke inside.
It's gorgeous.
That is beautiful.
Here's my California Garden Center for you. What do you think, Seattle girl?
I love it.
Yeah.
It's like one of my favorite things because I feel like when you get to know the plants of a region, it tells you so much about the life that exists there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the moral of the story here is so many things that are exotic to me are commonplace for you.
Absolutely.
And do you feel like when you see it, like, do you ever enjoy seeing things through other people's eyes?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, like you're coming here and you're getting excited about parking lot plants, and I'm like, those are nice. I do agree. I do like those, you know, but then I come to the Pacific Northwest and it's like, the evergreens.
The cedars and the evergreens and the pines.
Oh, it's so gorgeous.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's what I think is so fun about gardening is it's so varied. And even in the same climate, you can get something so completely different.
I totally agree.
This
is so fun. This is so fun. You guys, this has been a treat.
We're going home. We're going back to my house.
Yeah.
And
work to do.
Kate is going to be installing a whole bunch of pots on my front patio. I'm going to have that video on my channel.
Yeah.
Right. So head over there.
Perfect. I will leave a link in the description below. And stay tuned. We've got more fun plans. And say hello to your garden for me.